From returning to the third year of high school to the end of the college entrance examination today. During the entire 58 days, Zhang Cheng devoted himself wholeheartedly to reading, reviewing, and doing questions without any distraction. At the end of the college entrance examination, Zhang Cheng felt as if a huge stone had been dropped. With the blessing of the plugin, he also made efforts. Although the results have not yet come out, it can be said that the fate of his previous life has been rewritten. What lies before him will be a new avenue. Dad, Mom, Chin and I go to the internet cafe. After taking a rest after dinner, Zhang Cheng stood up and said. Zhang Yiping nodded. Go ahead, don't play too late. I know. Zhang Cheng nodded. After the college entrance examination, his parents no longer worry about him going to an internet cafe. Of course, the reason Zhang Cheng went to the internet cafe was not to play games. After making an appointment with Qin Jin, the two entered the Weiwang Internet Cafe. Chengza, mirror, you haven't been here for a long time. Brother Chen, the owner of the Internet Cafe, was cashing out. He saw Zhang Cheng and the two of them and said hello with a smile. Zhang Cheng took out his ID card and said, no way, it's the college entrance examination. Oh, by the way, I forgot that you are both in your senior year of high school, haha. Brother Chen was shirtless, raised his hand to take their ID cards, and started to open the cards. Network administrator, your broken machine has a black screen again. At this time, a man next to him stood up and shouted. Brother Chen felt overwhelmed, so he quickly opened the card and then passed by. What's going on? I was playing Crossfire, and suddenly the screen went black. The man looked depressed. I'm going to win soon. I'm sorry. Please switch to the machine next to you, and I'll switch to it for you. Zhang Cheng asked, what's going on? The graphics card died again. Hey. Brother Chen sighed. I asked Pincheng's master to come over and take a look. 2 machines have been installed today. Zhang Cheng smiled and said, it's not easy to open an internet cafe. That's right, if something goes wrong this way or that way, it'll be hard to get back to where we started. Brother Chen shook his head and smiled bitterly as he knew his own affairs. Okay, let's go play. Then the two of them found a place nearby and sat down. Chengza, would you like to play 2 games of Dota together today? Okay. Although Zhang Cheng was no longer interested in games, Qin Jin wanted to play together, so he accompanied him. As usual, after searching for the password for a long time, Zhang Cheng finally logged into the Haofeng platform. After the waiting time of 9 masters waiting for a grandson, they entered the game. 11 years of gaming. Zhang Cheng looked a little familiar and yet a little unfamiliar with this game. Because it was a long time ago, although Zhang Cheng generally remembered the hero skills, some specific damage, numerical values, and even some skills were different and he was not familiar with them. The first choice in my hand is Xiao He. The black bow grows well, but the damage in the early stage is not high before level 6. After level 6, the ultimate move adds agility, which makes it possible for her to become a later stage. Qin Jin was assisted by a witch doctor. Let's go, I'll help you on the way down. But then, Zhang Chengsheng became depressed. Even if your initial attack is higher than mine, you still steal my soldiers. Gotta get serious. Attack damage, attack speed, trajectory calculation, and movement data. In an instant, the brain began to calculate. Data is spinning in your mind. When replenishing troops, Zhang Cheng's Xiao He stood there motionless, waiting for the last move, and passed with A. Sometimes, Zhang Cheng would cheat and replenish his troops, forcing the opponent's hero to take action first, but in the next microsecond, Zhang Cheng would replenish his troops. Of the 3 waves of soldiers, 1 was robbed by my own witch doctor, and the rest were all taken. Unless it is impossible to take both positive and negative measures into account, the counterattack against Zhang Cheng will basically be enough to make up for it. Haha, Chengza, you are so good at your level. You are 2 levels ahead of this man. Qin Jin was very happy. When Zhang Cheng's Xiao He passed level 6, he began to close in the wild. Soon Zhang Cheng came out with the hidden knife. On the screen, Zhang Cheng started to cut the screen. Be careful, someone is here to catch you. After Zhang Cheng made his decision, he stopped replenishing the soldiers in front of him and withdrew directly to the forest behind the tower, T-ping directly in the next second. With the hidden knife, straw sandals and a lace, Zhang Sheng went on the road invisible. Guarding the retreat, he launched a hidden attack. First blood. Double kill. Zhang Sheng collected the heads accurately. On the bottom lane, Qin advanced and retreated slowly, and used his ultimate move to die in seconds. The next rhythm was very smooth for Zhang Sheng. Flying shoes, hidden knife. Then came cannon, black king, jumping knife, and butterfly. Not even blood-sucking. Kill gods when you see them, kill Buddhas when you see them. Especially when going up high, when his teammates rushed to the high ground and were about to be killed by concentrated fire. Zhang Sheng cut in with his jumping knife. He was silent and killed the ice girl with 2 arrows. Then half a second before the control skill expired, the Black Emperor staff was activated, and Ice Arrow A was launched. Super God goes berserk. On the public screen, report. Xiaohei is cheating. That's right, it's so shameless. Do you have the guts to have another one? We have a 6th person here, and we're having a great time sending him off. Xiaohei is level 25, but his opponent's highest level is not even 20, and his highest mid laner is only level 23. Game over. It feels so good, it feels so good. Qin Jin laughed, jumped up, and screamed with joy. He just follows his elder brother and takes action when he sees the situation. Don't even worry about your own safety. As long as the opponent fights back, he will die. Zhang Cheng smiled and said nothing, hiding his merit and fame. Damn, Chengza. Why are you so powerful all of a sudden? If you weren't right next to me, I would have thought you were cheating. Qin Jin grabbed Zhang Cheng's hand and said excitedly. Zhang Cheng's lips raised slightly. Ji Sao, don't do it. Seeing that there were still people shouting on the public screen, Qin Jin looked at Zhang Cheng. Shall we have another round? Zhang Cheng agreed, so the second set became Zhang Cheng's personal show again. Okay, no more fighting, you can play. Zhang Cheng turned off Haofeng, who no longer felt much about the game. Cheating and beating up elementary school students is boring. Qin Jin nodded, still thinking about it, and even downloaded the video to watch it carefully. Zhang Cheng smiled and didn't care. He is short of money now and is going to find some ways to make money online. If it comes down to craftsmanship, Zhang Cheng can also repair computers, but this is a small county, and there are more computers in internet cafes. There are also LX and Pinchung computer stores that also do repairs. As for ways to make money on the internet, Bitcoin is a good investment, but it all comes with capital. What's more, Zhang Cheng's impression is that it will take 13 or 15 years for the price to rise. In addition, writing online articles is also a good way. Zhang Cheng's impression is that there are many great people who have made tens of millions of dollars in income in recent years. But these are not things that can make money in a short time. In addition, translation is also a channel for online part-time jobs. While there was still some time, Zhang Cheng registered an account on the online Chengxi Chinese website platform and became an author with the pen name Zhang Yi Suifeng. At this time, a voice next to him rang. Boss Chen, is the card you chose not good? I feel like you have used 4 or 5 cards in the past few days. Zhang Cheng turned around and saw a man wearing Pinchung clothes dismantling the phone. I don't know either. Damn it, Brother Chen was helpless. It's summer vacation soon, and 1 less card means 1 less machine, which costs dozens of dollars less per day. Zhang Cheng also repaired computers in his previous life. He felt very interested and walked over. The Pinchung man inserted and pulled out the card several times, but there was still no response. It's probably useless. You know the graphics card is hard to repair if it breaks. It's useless again. Brother Chen was speechless. This meant that he had to spend hundreds of dollars again. There's nothing you can do about it. I'll take this card back and look at it again, but don't get your hopes up. Would you like me to see it? Zhang Cheng was speechless at the man beside him. He didn't do anything, so he just said he wanted to change. Look, but you don't know how to repair it. What can you do? You have to change it again. Brother Chen waved his hand and said helplessly. The Pinchung man's expression immediately turned bad. Who are you? Do you know how to use computers? Sorry, I know a little more than you. Haha, you guy who doesn't have all his hair, you. Zhang Cheng stared at him coldly. Bring the card. Seeing this situation, Brother Chen also said, Master Wang, show it to him. Snort. Taking the card in his hand, Zhang Cheng looked at it and saw that it was a colorful cloud graphics card. Then Zhang Cheng was ready to insert it back and give it a try. But his habit was still bad. He plugged the power cord in without unplugging it, and another burst of electricity hit his fingers. Damn it, isn't it? Could it be happening again? This sentence flashed in Zhang Cheng's mind, but fortunately, he thought too much, and the power supply voltage of the graphics card was not high. Nothing went dark again, but in Zhang Cheng's mind, there was a screen flash. What's going on? Zhang Cheng was also speechless. On the computer screen, there was a slight flash. Zhang Cheng estimated that the problem was not too big. Small screwdriver. Zhang Cheng stretched out his hand. A master moves. The Pinchung man subconsciously took the tools and went over. After unplugging the graphics card, Zhang Cheng took it apart directly. It was initially estimated that it was a faulty soldering problem. He also asked Da Chen to get a hot air blower and blew it for a while. Press the memory slightly, put it back and continue booting. The display lights up. I quickly entered the internet cafe's system. Brother Da Chen, it's okay. Zhang Cheng stood up and said to Da Chen. That's great, Chengza. I didn't expect you to understand this. Da Chen was very happy, and suddenly felt like hundreds of dollars were back. The Pinchung man's face turned red and white for a while. It's just bad luck. While talking, the person walked directly out. Da Chen spat, damn, Pinchung's repairs are too damn bad. I won't cooperate with them next time. We're looking for someone reliable. Zhang Cheng nodded, and then said, we're going back. Okay. Thank you this time. I'll give you a free day next time. Da Chen patted his chest and said. It's a deal. Afterwards, Zhang Cheng left the internet cafe with Qin Jin, who had just taken the opportunity. After arriving at home, Zhang Cheng entered the room again. He vaguely felt that something had changed inside his body. Guanglan night. Zhang Cheng's room faced the river and was in the attic, so it was somewhat noisy. However, as the night went on, it became quiet. Just like every night after self-study, Zhang Cheng was quiet and fresh at home. Zhang Cheng is now ready to test the plug-in in his body. Obviously, it had something to do with the computer hardware Zhang Cheng touched when traveling through time. This time he touched the charged graphics card, and he once again felt familiar. If the CPU, memory, hard drive and motherboard entered the body after the previous electric shock, then this time, it is most likely the graphics card. Zhang Cheng guessed to himself. But Zhang Cheng also felt something was wrong. The previous CPU also had a core display, so why didn't he feel the presence of the graphics card before? Close your eyes and meditate. There was chaos in my mind. But there was a quick flash across the circuit. On, off, 1, 0. Yes. There is still a core display. Otherwise, Zhang Cheng can only understand binary on and off, and cannot convert it into decimal numbers at all, nor can he remember so many words and pictures. But this graphics card is much better than the core graphics card. The graphics card is GTS 450, 2G video memory, 192 stream processors, and the video memory frequency is 3696 MHz. There is no problem at all when playing current mainstream games. In his mind, Zhang Cheng felt that after a while, the system seemed to be activated. Some images seem clearer. Zhang Cheng was even able to condense the system's desktop. Several XP computer icons that can be used appear in my mind. My computer online neighborhood control panel calculator. Word 2003, Excel 2003, PowerPoint 2003. In addition, Zhang Cheng could see that there were icons such as painting and Qinxianjingting. Good guy, I really have XP in my body. When I clicked on my computer, nothing happened. I can't see the so-called hard drive, nor can I see the so-called computer information. When I clicked network connection, it showed unable to connect to the network. Please check the network settings. As for the calculator, Zhang Cheng found that it could also be opened on the desktop. It was similar to ordinary calculator software and could be used for input calculations. But of course, Zhang Cheng felt that just looking at the formula and calculating the result would be enough. It completely saves you the troublesome input steps. The interface that Word opens is similar to that on a computer. However, These words can appear directly on the page as long as Zhang Cheng's mind moves. After solidification, unlike voice input, thoughts can be converted at will, affecting the input. Zhang Cheng can write whatever he wants, just like his own arm. Open one's eyes. There was still a familiar room in front of him, as if the system in his mind was just a dream. Having an independent graphics card seems to have given Zhang Cheng a computer that can be stored in his mind. It can not only cooperate with the operation of thinking, but also become an independent computer to process various data, just like a portable notebook. Zhang Cheng vaguely felt that it was of great use. For example, Zhang Cheng can record videos of what his eyes see. After looking around the room, Zhang Cheng recorded it as a video and saved the thoughts in my computer. Then, he closed his eyes and entered the body system again. The originally empty my computer showed a drive letter, D drive, with a video file in it. Click to play. The desktop in my mind instantly turned into a video interface, playing back the record I just looked around at. Just like a high-definition video. Without a discrete graphics card, Zhang Cheng would have doubted whether he could play such high-definition videos. However, because Zhang Cheng was fully prepared for the college entrance examination, he was also worried that the experiment would cause adverse consequences and did not conduct the experiment again. The internal system can play it, but what about watching it directly? Opening his eyes again, Zhang Cheng replayed everything he had seen before. This time, it was still so clear. Not only that, Zhang Cheng can stop at any time and zoom in on any place at any time, and all the details will be reflected in his mind. Brain cells are much more powerful than so-called independent graphics cards. It's just that ordinary people can't use it. Zhang Cheng, with the plugin, he can. He decided to define this magical plugin, in vivo systems, defined as internal computers. The system that is really in the mind is defined as a biological computer. The computer inside your body is simulated by yourself using these computer hardware, that's all. Because of the existence of dual systems, Zhang Cheng can use it to do two things. And the i5 2300 has 4 cores and 4 threads. Not bad, I finally have some understanding. Zhang Cheng was a little happy and did not intend to continue studying. He turned off the light and lay on the bed. Zhang Cheng plans to try writing online articles. But instead of typing it by hand, I try it on a physical computer. Internet articles at this time were also relatively popular, such as Doupo, Yangsheng, etc. Zhang Cheng remembered that in his previous life, Shenji's Galaxy Emperor had received a reward of 100 million coins, which was equivalent to 1 million yuan. Zhang Cheng was reading a book at the time and happened to meet this moment. Really in the cloud. Later I read a lot of books and wrote a few, but they all came to nothing and I didn't make a few cents. But he still has some ideas on how to write online articles that people like to read. It has to be fun, but also have some level of proficiency. Too white, no way. Today's readers are very cunning. They don't read things that are too white, too deep, too plain, and too watery. These are the 4 don'ts summarized by Zhang Cheng himself. Of course, it is not easy to write a good online article. Not to mention how much information needs to be checked. Just conceiving these plots consumes a lot of brain cells. Zhang Cheng thought for a while and initially wanted to write an article on architectural history. Of course, before that, Zhang Cheng needs to do 2 things. The first is to read widely excellent online articles so that you can write smoothly. The second is to read extensively all kinds of information about a certain dynasty so that you can write well. Well, let's just write about a young man who traveled through an imaginary dynasty and used his profound and erudite knowledge to become a capable minister with both civil and military skills, from an assistant to an uncrowned king. You also need to be able to imitate antique writing styles. To describe it in detail, you also need to understand a little bit about ancient economy, society, commerce, agriculture, etiquette, imperial examinations, etc. I feel like there is still a lot to learn. First, I created a folder and wrote the name, Jin Jie. The day after the college entrance examination, Guanglin Middle School organized a score evaluation. Some of the answers to college entrance examination papers are basically published online, and some are made by teachers working overtime. It's called the reference answer. Zhang Cheng held the paper and looked at the answers. I'm dizzy. I still got 2 wrong answers on the multiple choice questions. Qin Jin checked the Chinese language and scratched his hair in distress. However, only 6 points were deducted, which is already good. Zhang Cheng patted Qin Jin on the shoulder and sped up the answer. The Chinese language is not bad. Even in terms of reading comprehension, Zhang Cheng can finally, basically understand the author's, crossed out, author of the paper, intention. The subjective score for the composition is also relatively large. Zhang Cheng estimated the score to be between 128 and 138, with the temporary median score being 134. Mathematics. There should be no points deduction. To be safer, the estimated score is between 140 and 150 points, and the median is 145 points for now. For English, the essay needs to be estimated. The estimated score ranges from 142 to 148 points, and the median score is temporarily taken as 145 points. In general, the overall situation is good. There are a few slightly off-topic questions. Zhang Cheng still has the wrong idea. The estimated score is between 270 and 280 points, and the median point is 275 points. The total score is estimated to be around 699 points. An hour later, Qin Jin tugged on Zhang Cheng's sleeve. Chengzi, how much do you estimate? What about you? I guess you're ready. Hey, I don't even remember what answers I chose. I guess the score is more than 370. Qin Jin grinned. Zhang Cheng raised his thumb and said, okay, you performed well. You can choose any junior college. Hey, Orange, what about you? Me. It should be optional. Zhang Cheng handed over the estimated note. On the white paper, Tian Kai neatly wrote the estimated score. 699 points. Holy shit, it's true, you pervert. Qin Jin couldn't help shouting. Zhang Cheng hurriedly grabbed him. What are you doing? I was surprised. The classroom has been noisy, and some students around are looking here, but they are still evaluating their scores. Zhang Ming felt a little uneasy and walked over now. Zhang Cheng, are you ready? Based on my initial estimate, it's around 690. Zhang Cheng didn't speak too loudly. Zhang Ming suddenly smiled and his wrinkles were squeezed together. Okay. There is an estimated score of 690. Even if the estimate is lower, there is always 670 to 680. Haha, next time, I can finally walk to Rocket Class 1 and Class 2 with pride. If the Rocket Class can't pass the test, I will take the test in Class 9. If the Rocket Class can't get into Mizuki Kyoto, I will take the test in Class 9. Zhang Ming took Zhang Cheng's estimated score, and the more he looked at it, the happier he became. The median value was more than 690. If the score was good, wouldn't it be like going to heaven? You can wait for your grades with peace of mind. You don't have to apply for undergraduate studies in advance. Good. Zhang Cheng's estimated scores quickly spread. However, under Zhang Ming's suggestion, the estimated score was lowered to 670 points. Although the actual score may be higher, this is not necessary because Zhang Cheng waited for the score to come out before filling in his application. In the early 2000s, everyone still estimated the scores and filled out the application form. Many people could not estimate the scores accurately and the schools they entered were not good. But that's not the case anymore. After the scores are released, 1 or 2 books will be released to control the score lines, so that everyone can choose a school more targetedly. Of course, some good schools and good majors still have very high scores. Yu Xinren performed well and was relatively stable, and is expected to score around 580. The top 5 talents in Class 9 can all enter the Rocket Class. After evaluating the scores, Zhang Ming sent everyone a guide for filling out the college entrance examination application form. It contains the codes of each university, tuition guidance for each major, and the admission scores of the university in recent years. There are also many school advertisements inserted into it. Qin Jin felt a little headache looking at these schools. There are also many vocational colleges, and it's hard to know which schools are good and which are bad. What should I do? Which school should I choose then? Don't worry, we'll wait until the scores come out. Zhang Cheng looked at it briefly and wrote down the guide. Qin Jin felt resentful and said, you are not in a hurry. You can choose whatever you want. Zhang Cheng raised his lips slightly. It should be okay. Damn. Qin Jin raised his middle finger. After the evaluation, it's time to relax again. Before Zhang Cheng left, teacher Zhang Ming asked them to stay for a while. Yu Xinren was a little surprised. Is there anything else you can do later? Maybe it's something to do with the college entrance examination application. Zhang Cheng didn't quite understand and guessed. Sorry, in 2 lifetimes, this is the first time we have scored so high in the exam, so we have no experience. Qin Jin had already left happily. He wants to ask his father to prepare tuition fees. Apart from Zhang Cheng and Yu Xinren, the only people left in the class are Zhang Peng, Li Long and Chen Hao. Several people also gathered towards Zhang Chengshu. Zhang Cheng, you are too perverted. Zhang Peng didn't believe Zhang Cheng's high estimate, but he estimated that around 600 was possible. After all, Zhang Cheng got such a high score in the 4th model. Zhang Cheng laughed. No, I just spent more time reviewing. Li Long took out his mobile phone and said, let's add a mobile phone number so that we can keep in touch when we are in university. Yes, there is also Qianku. Zhang Peng agreed and took out his mobile phone, but there was no comment between the few of them. The 3 of them looked at Zhang Cheng and Yu Xinren. I haven't bought a mobile phone yet. Zhang Cheng shook his head. What about Yu Xinren? What about yours? The 3 of them are still enthusiastic. Zhang Chenggren, Da Qing just wanted Yu Xinran's phone number. But yes, this is a science class after all. There are few girls in the class, and Yu Xinren is already the most beautiful one in the class. According to internet literature, she can also be regarded as the beauty of the class. However, Guanglan is only a small place and will not select these fancy places. Yu Xinren reported her mobile phone number. 1,360,794 ******. Zhang Cheng also wrote it down incidentally. Several people quickly took note of it, and Li Long added, the ID number has also been added. I'll pass it when I have time. There are classmates registered, and there are all the deduction numbers. Zhang Cheng felt that it was necessary to buy a mobile phone. Zhang Cheng, you bought a mobile phone, remember to send the number, Yu Xinren said. Li Long added, I've created a class group, but I haven't added anyone yet. Why don't I add all my classmates? Okay. Yu Xinren nodded. Everyone spent some time playing with their cell phones in Cuckoo Group, and then Zhang Ming came. Several people were sitting in the back row. Zhang Ming took a stack of information and handed it to Zhang Peng in front. Please pass it along for a look. Zhang Mingdao said, this is some college entrance examination information that I have collected in the past 2 years. It contains the approximate rankings of different schools and majors, as well as the minimum admission scores for majors. You can refer to them. At this time, everyone was very enthusiastic. After all, they're just high school students who have just taken the college entrance examination. I have not been extensively exposed to the internet and all kinds of information. In the ivory tower, I have no idea which schools and majors are good. Zhang Cheng, what major do you plan to choose? Zhang Ming asked him first with a smile. As for school, can't we just fill it out with our eyes closed? Let's go to the computer. Zhang Cheng said directly, having already made his decision. Zhang Ming nodded. Well, the computers at Shuimu, Kyoto and Guke are all very strong. Then he asked, where is Xinren? I plan to major in finance and financial management. Yu Xinren also has his own goals and directions. Well, you have many schools to choose from, but it's difficult to choose the key points. Your parents are experienced and they will help you check. Yu Xinran's mother was also a teacher, so Zhang Ming didn't need to worry too much. Then he chatted with Zhang Peng and others for a while before letting them go. Whether it's for score estimation or scoring, someone from the admissions office may contact you. If you don't know which school to go to, don't be anxious and don't agree too early. When leaving, Zhang Ming specially reminded Zhang Cheng. This is actually one of the main reasons for keeping him. Zhang Cheng did not go home, but went to the library in Guanglan. Because it is a county-level library, it is not very big. It is a small dilapidated building with 3 floors filled with various books. There are not many books in the collection, and most of the books are quite old. After spending 100 yuan as a deposit, Zhang Cheng applied for a library card. The deposit is refundable when the card is returned. Zhang Cheng went directly to the history bookshelf. The old books were older and dusty. New books are also old, but they are not old because they have been used, they are old because they have not been read. After picking up the new Tang book, Zhang Cheng stood on the shelf and read it. Zonghua Book Company, 1975 edition. Whether the characters were arranged vertically or in traditional Chinese, Zhang Cheng still felt a little strenuous after reading it for a while. Zhang Cheng knew all these traditional Chinese characters after memorizing them in a dictionary. But Zhang Cheng was far from being able to understand the meaning of these ancient texts at a glance. Zhang Cheng plans to frame a novel with reference to the history of the Tang dynasty. It's better to read the ancient books a little later, and read the vernacular ones first before talking about them. Exchange books. Zhang Cheng took a brief look at the historical books related to the Tang dynasty. There were about 10 books in the library. After flipping through a book, I started my borrowing journey directly. A history book, new book of Tang dynasty, and a vernacular book, a detailed description of Sui and Tang dynasties. Another book I chose was Computer Language and Programming. One is interest and the other is professional. Double line starts. In the following life after the college entrance examination, Zhang Cheng's life began to become boring again. Of course, that's relative to Qin Jin. Zhang Cheng enjoyed it himself. Traditional Chinese characters. Zhang Cheng is already familiar with modern Chinese dictionaries and has no problem mastering them. With the help of many ancient Chinese translations and Sihai, Zhang Cheng also gained a certain level of learning ancient Chinese. At least, Zhang Cheng read all these ancient texts, new and old Tang books, in the past half-month. Although some of the knowledge involved in etiquette, official positions, architecture, agriculture, etc. are not yet fully understood, the historical context of the entire Tang dynasty and the deeds of the main figures have a clear logical line. It's time to start writing. Making up. The created folder was opened, and the outline began to be sorted out. Chapter 1. Returning on a snowy night. It was the winter of the third year of Shining in the Jin dynasty. Zhang Cheng was multitasking, saving one thought to cooperate with the computer in his body to quickly build an outline and main line, and then began to write the first chapter. But he lives a normal life and studies. The computer in your body, you are already a mature computer, you should be able to write books by yourself. No wonder it needs multiple cores to make it easier to use. This is just an i5 2300. If it uses the 3990X from the previous life, wouldn't it take off? Sorry, I like to play with counting frames. Chungza, I'll take you to buy a mobile phone today. In June, when the lotus seeds started to be picked, Zhang Yiping was very busy. He rarely found free time in the evening and planned to take Zhang Cheng to buy a mobile phone. For this reason, Chen Ru had scolded him many times. Zhang Cheng has graduated and should have a mobile phone. Okay. Zhang Cheng shook his sore neck, stood up and followed. You need to go out for a walk properly, and you can't stay and read all the time, Chen Ru said aside. Also, Pingza, just buy what you want, don't save money. I know. Zhang Yiping responded. There are several mobile phone stores on Cross Street. The two entered the store. There are not many types of mobile phones sold in the store, mostly Samsung, HTC, Nokia, Motorola, etc. There are also some domestic Android phones, mainly mid to low end. Zhang Cheng didn't think much about these mobile phones. The processor is not powerful and the configuration is also very low. 2 million photos can be promoted as if it is awesome. Strong standby is the way to go. Finally, Zhang Cheng chose a Nokia E72i mobile phone. A first-generation machine with a full keyboard. If you open a temporary card, you only need to use it for a few months. The college entrance examination scores will be released around 10:30 noon on June 23rd. As the time approached, the senior high school students became inexplicably nervous. Just after breakfast in the morning, Zhang Cheng helped guard the store while looking at the Computer C language book in his hand. Jingle bell. At this time, the phone rang. Chen Ru put down what she was doing and reached out to take it. Hey, hello. Hello. Are you Zhang Cheng's home? I am his mother, you are? Hello. This is the admissions office of Shuimu University. Congratulations, eldest sister. Your son's college entrance examination results are very good. Does he want to study any major? We at Shuimu University. The voice coming from the phone made Chen Ru confused for a moment. Zhang Cheng put down the book and asked, Mom, what's wrong? Where's the phone number? It says he's from Shuimu University. Come on, Chengza, pick him up yourself. Chen Jiyu was still a little unable to react, so he hurriedly called Zhang Cheng over to answer the phone. When Zhang Cheng heard this, he understood in his heart. In my previous life, I heard that some colleges and universities would rob people, but I didn't expect that I would be treated like this today. He picked up the phone and said, Hello, this is Zhang Cheng. Hello, classmate Zhang. Congratulations in advance for being among the top 10 in Karlan province. I don't know what major you want to study. You can consider our Shuimu University. What are your conditions? The other party did not expect Zhang Cheng to be so calm and ask directly about the conditions. You can choose any major, a scholarship of 40,000 yuan for freshmen, and free tuition. Can I choose 2 majors at the same time? Yes, we offer dual degree options. Computer science and technology and software engineering. If you agree, I will apply, Zhang Cheng said directly. Okay, we'll bring the contract over here right away. The admissions office of Shuimu University didn't expect it to go so smoothly, but before hanging up, he still said, Student Zhang, no matter which school contacts you later, be sure to ask you. Don't worry. Zhang Cheng replied and hung up the phone directly. Chen Ru listened calmly as Zhang Cheng spoke, but her heart was beating fast, and joy flooded her face. Chengza, you can't be a liar. The scores haven't even been released yet. Zhang Cheng shook his head and said with a smile, Mom, don't worry, he is a liar and we haven't been deceived, so why not? You just believe in your son. But then the phone rang again. Zhang Cheng answered directly. Hello, are you Zhang Cheng? I'm from the admissions office of Kyoto University. Zhang Cheng interrupted him directly. Sorry, I have already chosen a school. Is it Shuimu University? Student Zhang, please don't make a decision in a hurry. You can listen to our conditions in Kyoto. What do you think? No, thank you. Zhang Cheng hung up the phone. Chen Ru was always in shock. Kyoto University? Then Noriko, why don't you listen to their conditions? Both Mizuki and Kyoto are the best universities. Zhang Cheng shrugged. I plan to study computer science. In this major, Mizuki's is better. Chen Ru paused. Chengza, you have grown up, you can make your own decisions. After checking the time, Zhang Cheng said, I'm going to school. As early as yesterday, Zhang Ming notified Zhang Cheng's top 10 classmates to go to the school computer room to check their scores. At this time, many people do not have computers at home, and it is not very convenient to access the internet. Okay, but Chengza, you're not in a hurry yourself. Let's take a look at the scores first, Chen Ru advised. But as soon as Zhang Cheng left, Chen Ru couldn't help pinching herself, and then shouted with a smile, It's not a dream, it's not a dream. Guanglin Middle School, computer room. When it was past 10 o'clock, there were already many people in the computer room. Except for those who had computers at home, students with higher scores came over. Zhang Cheng. Yu Xinren came in to say hello and walked to Zhang Cheng's side. Zhang Peng, Li Long, and Chen Hao were also there. Zhang Cheng responded with a smile, How are you doing lately? I'm going on a trip. I'm exhausted from 3 years of high school and I haven't been anywhere. Yu Xinren said with a smile on her face and handed Zhang Cheng a small pink bag. Here, I brought a small gift for you. Zhang Cheng was a little surprised. He took it and saw that it was a small conch. Thanks. Zhang Peng and Li Long stared at them with burning eyes. Zhang Ming coughed lightly at this moment. It's almost done. Zhang Cheng, let's try yours first. Zhang Cheng nodded and gave Zhang Ming the admission ticket. Open the website and enter your ID number and admission ticket number. The first time, the channel didn't open. The second time, it was stuck like crazy. The third time, after the page waited for a few seconds, the transcript appeared. Candidate's name. Zhang Cheng admission ticket number. XXX. Chinese. 138 Mathematics. 150 English. 143 Comprehensive Science. 280. Total score. 711 points provincial ranking. 2. Hiss. Zhang Ming looked at the page, read it carefully twice, and then said happily, Zhang Cheng, okay. Zhang Peng and the others behind him came over and looked at the scores and rankings, feeling dizzy. Come on, you guys can check it out for yourselves. After Zhang Ming gave Zhang Cheng a thumbs up, he laughed, stood up, stepped aside, and ran directly out of the computer room. Zhang Cheng rolled his eyes at the crazy Zhang Ming, sat down, exited the page, and continued to inquire. You will enter Xinran's ID number and admission ticket number. After being stuck for a while, I entered the page. Okay, Xinran, your estimate is conservative. Zhang Cheng raised the corner of his mouth and said with a smile. You Xinran, with a total score of 596 points. Among them, Chinese performance was excellent, with a score of 135. Yu Xinran was also full of joy, but thinking of Zhang Cheng's score, although it's not bad, when I think about your perverted score, I'm shocked again. Hey. Zhang Cheng was a little embarrassed. There is no way, can the college entrance examination be the same if it is cheated? Zhang Peng pulled Zhang Cheng away and said, Come on, you go, we will check our scores ourselves. A look of sadness and anger. Zhang Cheng shook his head in amusement and stepped aside. Zhang Ming on the other end rushed straight to the side and waited for the school leaders. Principal, I'm so happy, Zhang Ming shouted while laughing wildly. The school leaders who were smoking, chatting and waiting were very anxious when they heard, Teacher Zhang, what kind of joy is it? Tell me quickly. Zhang Cheng from class 9, 711 points. What? Are you sure you're not from the rocket class? Zhang Ming was running so fast that he was out of breath, gasping and speechless. The principal directly gave him water to drink. Don't be anxious, speak slowly. That's right, it's Zhang Cheng, my student from class 9, who ranks second in science in the province, with a score of 711. I checked it 3 times, and it's absolutely correct. Zhang Ming calmed down and said loudly. Okay. The principal also laughed and slapped his thigh. Guanglin Middle School will have Mizuki Kyoto again this year. Zhang Ming then took Zhang Cheng's information and gave it to the school leaders, asking them to check it again. But before they could check again, a call came to the principal's office. Shuimu University Admissions Office? Okay, we'll wait for you at school. After hanging up the phone, the principal looked happy. Teacher Zhang, please ask Zhang Cheng to stay for a while until Director Liu from the admissions office of Shuimu University comes over. Hey, good. Zhang Ming was very happy. After teaching a student from Shuimu University in a regular class, Zhang Ming felt that his resume was about to take off. But immediately, another phone rang. Hello, Kyoto University Admissions Office. Okay. Oh my god, people from both schools are coming here all of a sudden? Stealing people? When Zhang Ming returned, the scores of Zhang Peng, Li Long, and Chen Hao happened to be found out. Zhang Peng, 582 points. Li Long, 588 points. Chen Hao, 569 points. They all did well in the exams. Zhang Ming was very happy. However, judging from the preliminary results, this year's science score should be much higher. Last year, the first line was more than 510 points, but this year it will definitely be impossible. The questions were a little easier, and everyone's scores were very high. Everyone should go back and wait for the scoreline. You can fill in your application on the 28th. If you don't have a computer, you can come to the computer room to fill it out. Zhang Ming reminded. Zhang Peng was a little uninterested. He was usually ranked first, but in the end, when it came to the college entrance examination, even Li Long and Yu Xinran got higher than him. Teacher Zhang, let's go first. Li Long was very happy. He scored more than 10 points more than expected. He felt very good. Several people left one after another. Zhang Cheng, please stay for a while. Seeing Zhang Cheng preparing to leave, Zhang Ming hurriedly stopped him. What's wrong, Teacher Zhang? The admissions office of Shuimu University will come over later. You can stay for a while. Oh, I guess I'm here to sign an agreement. Zhang Cheng responded and followed Zhang Ming. The results of the rocket class are basically in. The first place score is 655. It is not yet known whether he can go to Mizuki or Kyoto. But there is no problem with schools such as Magic City Cafe. Zhang Cheng followed Zhang Ming to the principal's reception room and was immediately praised by many school leaders. By the way, these were the same leaders who held the 1,000-person review meeting. After waiting for less than half an hour, Mizuki and people from the Kyoto admissions office arrived. The admissions officer at Shuimu University in Kailan Province is Lu Lin, and the one at Kyoto University is a beauty named Chen Yao. The two of them were full of excitement as soon as they entered the door. Principal Lu greeted him. "Director Lu, Director Chen, welcome to our Guanglan Middle School." "Principal Lu, is Zhang Cheng here?" Chen Yao asked directly. "Here, he is Zhang Cheng." Principal Lu raised his finger and pointed at the most handsome guy over there. Lu Lin stepped forward directly. "Zhang Cheng, this is Lu Lin who is talking to you. Thank you for choosing Shuimu University. Come on, let's sign the agreement." Chen Yao said anxiously. "Zhang Cheng, please consider our Kyoto University. Our Kyoto University is willing to provide more favorable conditions than Shuimu. Tuition is free, a scholarship of 50,000 yuan, and opportunities to study abroad at prestigious universities such as Sifton. TCH, what's so attractive about your conditions? Zhang Cheng wants to learn computers. Are your computers better than ours?" Lu Lin said disdainfully. "Is our computer in Kyoto weak? What's more, I think Zhang Cheng has perfect scores in mathematics, so he can choose our mathematics department. Our school is the strongest in mathematics." Chen Yao puffed up her chest and shouldered it directly. "We have a good academic style. Not only do we have a good academic style, but we also have beautiful senior students. We have air conditioning. The so-called signing of a contract is essentially just an agreement. For it to take effect, you have to wait for a formal application to apply. But the leaders and teachers of the entire school are very happy." Zhang Cheng cooperated somewhat and did not disappoint them. "There is still something to be happy about. The county will reward you with 100,000 yuan. You can buy a computer." When he got home, Chen Ru had already cooked several good dishes and was waiting for him with Zhang Yiping. "You're back? What took you so long? We stayed at school and talked about some things." Zhang Cheng was in a good mood. He reviewed intensively for 2 months and was finally satisfied with the results. Zhang Yiping followed him up to the attic, but couldn't help but ask, "What's the score? Several people from the school called me this morning, and I didn't have time to answer them." 711, second in the province. Zhang Cheng replied with a smile. The two of them didn't pay attention to these things before, but after the 4th model, they paid attention to them every day. "Haha, my baby is so awesome." After going upstairs, Chen Ru hugged Zhang Cheng tightly, her eyes red. Zhang Yiping was also very excited and said repeatedly, "Okay, let's have a drink today." Zhang Cheng took out the agreement from his pocket and said, "Here, this is the agreement signed with the admissions office of Shuimu University. I have already chosen a school. Any other school that asked me declined." "So fast?" Zhang Yiping took it and looked at it seriously. He never knew that there was such an operation in the college entrance examination. Once they are sorted out, have the schools already been selected? Or will the university recruit them in person? Learned a lot. Zhang Yiping folded the agreement and handed it back. "It needs to be packed away." Chen Ru smiled from ear to ear and said, "Tomorrow I will go to Wangxing Temple to fulfill my wish." "Yes, remember to bring more sesame oil." Zhang Yiping nodded in agreement. "Ancestors, thank you for your blessing. Our family, Zhang Cheng, is prosperous." Chen Ru walked to the kitchen again, bowed to the magic sign and thanked her. At noon, the whole family was enjoying themselves. Zhang Cheng was also very happy and drank a lot with Zhang Yiping. This should have never happened before. With his photographic memory, Zhang Cheng was able to appreciate his parents' love in many details. Just like those boxes of life number 1. Even though it didn't help much, I still felt warm inside after drinking it. After the meal, the family sat together and thought about it carefully. Chen Ru closed the store and did not plan to open today. If Zhang Cheng hadn't stopped her, she would have put a notice on the door. "Does a computer major require the use of computers?" Zhang Yiping asked. Zhang Cheng nodded. "Yes, I was just about to tell you. I have been learning computer-related knowledge recently and was planning to buy a laptop. Originally, I wanted to buy it myself, and the county would reward me with 100,000 yuan, but I didn't. Come down quickly then. No, I'll withdraw 6,000 yuan for you. Zhang Yiping agreed without thinking. Good. Soon, Zhang Yiping took a stack of money and gave it to Zhang Cheng, letting him use it freely. I'll go, it's only 1 point away, why'd I feel like you're so low-key? Qin Jin held his phone and looked at the messages pushed by the software. The top scores in liberal arts and sciences in the 2011 Carlin Province College Entrance Examination are all from Linchuan No. 1 Middle School. The top scorer in science, with 712 points, is only 1 point more than Zhang Cheng. But the internet is full of overwhelming publicity about the No. 1 winner. Zhang Cheng smiled and said, "Isn't this great? You don't have to worry about being harassed." Even when Zhang Ming asked reporters to interview him, he declined them all. He doesn't like the limelight. In this life, after being admitted to a good university, his path has changed. In my new life, I still have to do things I like. Making money is secondary, financial freedom is all. More importantly, experiencing a different life is both famous and beneficial. There is also the pursuit of the secrets of plugins in the body. The two went to buy computers together, and now they arrived at a computer store on Yanjiang East Road. Qin Jin pointed to the Lianxiang computer next to him. "Let's go take a look here." "Don't even think about it." Zhang Cheng refused directly. "Trader, He2E." Zhang Cheng finally chose the Acer 4740G series, priced at 4,999 yuan. Qin Jin chose an Asus notebook with high configuration and the ability to play games. The price was higher, more than 7,000. "What have you been busy with recently?" Qin Jin couldn't see Zhang Cheng all day long, and playing games alone was a bit boring. "Read a book in the library." "Reading a book? What book are you reading?" "I read all kinds of books, including computer science, programming, literature and history," Zhang Cheng explained. He does read very complexly and very quickly, because he could only borrow 3 books at most. Zhang Cheng basically read all the books he borrowed in one morning. The librarian had objections several times. He just stayed in the library and read one book after another. "The mobile phone number is only for family members, and no one bothers me." Qin Jin said, "I feel like I can no longer look at you with normal eyes." "I'm not abnormal. You're a pervert. Piss off." Qin Jin laughed and said, "It's time to fill in the application form. Where do you fill it out? Mizuki or Kyoto?" "Mizuki Computer Science and Technology." "I guess you will choose Shuimu." Qin Jin was a little depressed. "I searched for schools in the capital for a long time, and the scores are all high." "Then where are you going to choose?" Zhang Cheng knew that Qin Jin's score was better than estimated, and he scored 395 points. The score line for 3 books is 373 points. Qin Jin was admitted to the undergraduate program. So whether Qin Jin is buying a mobile phone or a computer recently, Uncle Qin has been very supportive. "I've made a decision. How about you help me with the details?" Qin Jin chuckled. "I'll also choose a computer then. Will you take me flying in the future?" "That's not necessary. Just choose the major you like, otherwise it will be very tiring to study." Zhang Cheng shook his head and did not recommend this. "But I don't know what I like. I never thought I could get into college." "Okay. Let's study it further." The two of them walked back with the computer in their arms. Qin Jin said, "Please pull up the network cable as soon as possible. Let's connect at home when we have time." "I may not have time. Let's talk about it later." Zhang Cheng was not very interested in games. "However, I am interested in developing games. After all, this is another time, and Zhang Cheng knows a lot about some popular games." Qin Jin was a little helpless. Zhang Cheng was no longer the picky person, but he both liked to peck each other. The two broke up and left, each going back to his own home. After meal, Zhang Cheng took apart his laptop and powered it on. After all, it is a new computer and the boot speed is pretty good. Of course, this cannot be compared with the boot time of a solid-state drive. Holding the network cable, Zhang Cheng plugged one end into his laptop and touched the other end with his fingers. A weak current passes through. Sure enough, as expected, Zhang Cheng felt the sound of new equipment being connected in his mind. "Network connection detected," determined to be a direct LAN connection. Later, Zhang Cheng saw a computer in My Online Neighborhood. Just click on it and it will be Zhang Cheng's new computer. 320G hard drive, of which C drive is 80G, D drive is 100G, and E drive is about 100G. The books that have been written on the physical computer in Zhang Cheng's body have reached more than 300,000 words in a few days. The plot is compact and the language is full of ancient style. The description of the environment is extremely realistic, as if you were actually there. Although it was written with two purposes in mind, Zhang Cheng felt that after studying a large number of literature books, history books and online books, he could write these easily and felt that it was a good article. Copy the files from the internal computer. In the E drive of the new computer, a new document appeared. Song of Jin, Brilliant Internet Cafe. On the Chengxi Chinese website, Zhang Cheng completed the new book and started uploading the first chapter. The introduction is as follows. In the early Jin dynasty, China was home to 10 kingdoms. On a snowy morning, Lin Xiao's arrival broke the tranquility before the turmoil. Therefore, Ling Shui saw off guests. Mo Shan cultivated people, farmers, workers and merchants, and inherited military virtues. Era. Witness a great promotion song. This story is my own. Any similarity is purely coincidental. Zhang Cheng actually knew that some of them could be invested internally, but he didn't have any channels at the moment, so he might as well update them first. With a computer that is mature and can write at all times, Zhang Cheng saves a lot of things. 10,000 words a day is just a starting point. If the writing goes smoothly, Zhang Cheng can write 50,000 to 60,000 words a day in the computer inside his body. Then another chapter was uploaded, and Zhang Cheng pulled out the USB flash drive and prepared to go back. The network cable will be installed today, and Zhang Cheng will no longer have to come to the internet cafe. Writing a book can be regarded as Yuan Zhangcheng's dream in his previous life to become a great god. In this new life, he must find a way to realize all his dreams. The E72's network is average. If it is not connected to Wi-Fi, the speed is only a dozen kb. However, reading online articles is okay. After a while, Zhang Cheng was able to find his new book on the website. No cover. Only one click. Take your time. When it was almost time to fill in the application form, Zhang Cheng had already updated it to Chapter 8 online. The clicks slowly increased. The collection reached 37. There are a few more comments in the book. Wow, I didn't expect to click in by accident and see such a good book. The author's ancient prose is first-rate and the writing is very good. It's a good book, but I'm new to it. I'm a long-time fan of it. Zhang Cheng continued to transfer a large file from the computer inside his body. Within a few days, another manuscript of more than 200,000 words was released. Write a paragraph in the book review, and then put the essence at the top. New books are being uploaded. You need to click, collect, and save a lot of manuscripts. Not long after the comment was posted, a reply was prompted. What's wrong with Yuan Fang? Please give me more updates, we'll give you tap water to promote it. Zhang Yi Suifeng. Pay attention to the collection situation. 3 updates if the collection is good. 4 updates if the collection exceeds 1,000. 5 updates if the collection exceeds 10,000. What's wrong with Yuan Fang? Good book. Wait for the 5th update. Button nose. Zhang Cheng did not reply again, calmed down and continued to update as planned. For a while, there was still no news about the signing. Zhang Cheng is not in a hurry. He has conceived the story himself, and with careful craftsmanship, he believes that there will be good results. It's nothing more than the length of time. Time flew by all of a sudden. On June 28, after Zhang Cheng formally filled in his application online, he stopped paying attention to the follow-up matters of the college entrance examination. Just wait for a while and get the admission letter. Later, Zhang Cheng made a call to Director Lu Linlu of the Shuimu admissions office. Informed that the application has been completed, Director Lu was very happy and said he would send the admission notice as soon as possible. Ranked second in science in the province, he didn't even put any thought into grabbing people. Very smooth. On the contrary, the top pick with only 1 point more gave him a headache. Of course, Zhang Cheng didn't know this and didn't want to know. He has his own goals and does not require good conditions. How much ability a person has does not depend on the college entrance examination. He still has a lot to learn. The ID number in the group was leaked at some point, so Zhang Cheng simply set up a messy question. The answer is 3.1415926. It suddenly became quiet and there were no more friend requests. Having just graduated, the Cuckoo group is still very lively, but Zhang Cheng only glances at it occasionally and never makes a fuss. The snapping sound started. Yu Xinren. Have you filled out your application? Zhang Cheng. Well, you don't have to think about anything, just fill in the report and get it done. What about you, where did you choose? Yu Xinren. Her first choice is Kyoto University of Economics and Business, and her second choice is Jinmen University of Finance and Economics. But I'm still a little worried. Zhang Cheng. It should be no problem. Yu Xinren. Hum, we are not as stable as you. Zhang Cheng. There is no way. Yu Xinren. Oh, you are so arrogant. Yu Xinren. When I get admitted, I want to go to the school to check it out in advance. How about taking us to visit your school? Zhang Cheng. Who are we? Yu Xinren. I will go with my parents then. Zhang Cheng. It depends on whether I have time to go. However, I feel there is no need to go early. If I don't stay there every day for the next 4 years, I will get tired of it. Yu Xinren. Zhang Cheng. Really, we'll see when the time comes. Yu Xinren. Okay. By the way, where did Qin Jin report? Zhang Cheng. I chose Jinghua Northern College as my first choice. My second choice is Carlin Astri. Yu Xinren. He is also planning to go to Kyoto. Zhang Cheng. Yes, he said he wanted to follow me. Yu Xinren. Then his level may not be able to keep up. Zhang Cheng. No, it's not necessarily the same major. Yu Xinren. We are all in the north. I will make an appointment to go to Kyoto and Jinmen then. I have not been to the north yet. Zhang Cheng. You have your parents with you, not us. Yu Xinren. Then let's go. Zhang Cheng. Let's talk. Yu Xinren. I heard that many girls want to cheat on you now. How do you feel? Zhang Cheng. It's so annoying. It's closed and no one can add it. Yu Xinren. Okay, let's not talk anymore. Let's talk next time. The E72i's full keyboard is easy to use once you are familiar with it. Zhang Cheng was typing and chatting, feeling very fast. By July 1st, news finally came from Zhang Cheng's writers backstage. It is an on-site message announcing the signing of the contract. System notification. Hello author, your work has been reviewed and has reached the signing standards. Please wait patiently for contact from the signing editor and indicate your book title and author name. During the signing period, please do not change your author name. This will affect signing progress. If you need to change your name, please contact your editor to make changes before signing. Your editor is Orange, Buckle Number. Well, Zhang Cheng feels pretty good. Each chapter of the book has 3,000 to 4,000 words, and it has been updated to 14 chapters, with more than 46,000 words. Zhang Cheng then added the editor-in-chief as required. Zhang Yi Suifeng. Hello. Juzi. Hello. Your work, Jin Zhe, has met the contracting standards. I will send the agreement to you when it is completed. After filling it out, send it to me for review. If there is no problem, make 2 copies. After signing, send it to XXX District XX, Magic City number 35, Mr. Chen, 131XXXXXXXX. Orange. Don Chinese Network Signing Agreement, click to download. Zhang Yi Suifeng. Okay. Afterwards, Zhang Cheng quickly compiled the signing materials and signed his name on them, Zhang Cheng. As for the contract issue, Zhang Chengdu took a look at it, but these things were all templates. Zhang Cheng is just a newcomer and is not qualified to negotiate modifications to the agreement. After sending the agreement, Zhang Cheng spoke to Juzi. Orange. The work will be changed to contract status as soon as possible after receipt, please keep updated. Zhang Cheng could certainly afford to wait and updated it regularly. The data is getting better and better. Zhang Cheng browsed other books and found that many taps were promoting him. No wonder the number of clicks and collections has increased rapidly in the past 2 days. Zhang Cheng looked at the background and saw that the number of collections had reached more than 400. The comments section was all positive. Bai Xiao Sheng Bai Xiao. I bet that this book will definitely make a god. I have a companion on the journey of cultivating immortality. I feel that the author's writing style is very good, I envy him. Half drunk and confused. Ancient Chinese writing is very high level, and I feel like I am studying history or Chinese. Zhang Cheng didn't reply. I just added a book review and put the essence at the top. Thanks to everyone's love, the book has been signed and the status will be changed soon. It will be updated 3 times a day. Someone else followed. Why are you posting a book review? Hurry up and type. I hope it will be updated more and the quality will not be affected. It is rare to see a book of such high quality. The characters are well drawn and the language style is superb. Zhang Cheng took a look and saw that some people were already offering rewards. However, none of this matters. Zhang Cheng continued to save manuscripts quickly, preparing to use them when the time came. On July 5th, Zhang Cheng's Jin Zhe was officially signed. On the same day, Zhang Cheng congratulated Wu Zheng. After signing the contract, the editor saw the book's popularity and directly recommended new books, which soon entered the new book list. As soon as the popularity increased, the collection of Zhang Cheng's book grew rapidly. Zhang Cheng didn't spend much time managing book reviews or constantly refreshing data. Except for regular updates, Zhang Cheng ignored them. Instead, I continued to learn programming on my own. C language. The book was sent from the admissions office of Shuimu University, Basic Tutorial on C language programming. In addition, there are discrete mathematics and its applications, principles of computer composition, database system concepts, computer networks, and so on. Zhang Cheng's cheating learning talent allowed him to get started quickly. And started programming. Experiment 1. Input 3 integers x, y, z, and output these 3 numbers from small to large. Main, int x, y, z, t, scam, %d%d%d, and x, and y, and z. If x greater than y, t equals x equals y equals t. If x greater than z, t equals z equals x equals t. If y greater than z, t equals y equals z equals t. Printf, small to big, %d%d%d, n, x, y, z. Zhang Cheng feels that programming the desired effects requires logical thinking, and the programming methods are also different from different perspectives. Some are more efficient, some less efficient. This is like solving a math problem. Often there is more than one solution, but the one who can come up with the optimal solution is worthy of praise. Fortunately, Zhang Cheng's logical thinking became faster and more accurate under the influence of the plugin. After practicing a few questions on his own, Zhang Cheng was ready to conduct a new experiment. Visual Studio 2010. Through the network cable, Zhang Cheng has made a copy of it and placed it in the physical computer in his body. Then, open and run. Install. Everything is exactly the same as outside computers. After it was installed, Zhang Cheng added code into it, and the speed instantly increased several times. Zhang Cheng quickly wrote 7 or 8 lines of code according to his own ideas as soon as his mind moved. As long as Zhang Cheng has the logic and ideas to answer, his programming speed can be as fast as lightning. Damn, this plugin is really cool. Zhang Cheng laughed and began to read a book while simulating programming in the computer inside his body. The learning progress suddenly improved. It's like reviewing before the college entrance examination again. Just flip through the book, understand, and remember. The existence of multi-threading also allows Zhang Cheng to program and write Word at the same time. However, as the program he compiled required more CPU resources from the computer, Zhang Cheng clearly felt that there would be a slight lag. But after exiting the simulated computer system, this feeling disappeared again. It seems that the biological computer can use more brain cells, neurons and other resources, and it is much faster than a CPU like i5 2300. However, Zhang Cheng also read many popular science books. The human brain is far inferior to computers in many aspects. The human brain transmits signals at 100 meters per second, and the error is large, while the computer's 70% speed of light has very small errors. Moreover, the human brain's memory storage is easy to compress or select important fragments for storage. Other information will be lost. Although Zhang Cheng also felt that it made sense, now he felt that there was always something that was not being used. Otherwise, why does the existence of plugins allow you to have two systems in your body at the same time? One is a biological computer system and the other is a physical computer system. Although the energy consumption has improved, it is not a high energy consumption. Zhang Cheng still eats 3 meals a day, but he eats about 20% more food. These are the directions of his research, but now, Zhang Cheng's level is too poor. Learn and develop. After all, Guanglin is a small county town and its library does not have many collections. By mid-July, Zhang Cheng had already read through all the history books, and even memorized and understood the 24 histories and romance books sentence by sentence. Having trouble making paper books, Zhang Cheng turned his attention to electronic books. After studying on multiple forums, Zhang Cheng downloaded an e-donkey and started downloading various scanned versions of e-books. He downloaded all the collections of classics and history, must-read classics, and various books on computers and programming. After downloading for 4 or 5 days in a row, the download was completed. There is no way. The 2M telecommunications network has a maximum speed of just over 100 kilobytes. Using LAN direct connection technology again, Zhang Cheng copied all these classics and other books to the physical computer e-disk in his body. Occupies 1.75 G of space. However, the knowledge of these copies cannot be mastered directly. Zhang Cheng still needs to read. The computer inside the body is already doing programming and writing books in 2 ways. However, programming does not mean programming all the time, and Zhang Cheng cannot spend all his time here. When he is not studying computers or software books, Zhang Cheng does not program. During this period, Zhang Cheng gave him about an hour a day to read these books. When reading in my head, the speed is not bad, but when reading, Zhang Cheng's mind was basically reading and memorizing, and he could no longer do other things at the same time. Therefore, the reading time is usually from 11 to 12 o'clock in the evening, which happens to be reading before going to bed. Not to mention these boring studies. On the morning of July 12th, the postal courier delivered an admission letter to the school. What? Is it Zhang Cheng's admission notice? Wait, I'll inform the principal. Zhang Ming looked surprised and hurriedly called. Zhang Cheng had no phone number before, and the notice always contained the school's address, and the phone number was Zhang Ming's. After a while, the school became lively. What? Director Cao is coming to deliver it in person. Okay. Let's wait. After the principal reported, he didn't expect that there were so many things, so he had to wait. The courier was helpless and bored. The principal explained, Haha, thank you for your hard work. You have to wait. Director Cao of the Education Bureau and the radio and television reporters will come over later, and we will deliver them together. After all, I am from Shuimu University. I understand. Fortunately, the courier also understood and was very cooperative. Then the principal said to Zhang Ming, our city's top pick is still too low-key. He is not even allowed to be interviewed. If it doesn't work this time, we still have to publicize it in our county. You need to communicate with Zhang Cheng and his parents first. Hey. Got it. Then, Zhang Ming ran to make a phone call first. Hey, hello, Father Zhang Cheng. Yes, I need to be interviewed. Well, it's okay, just dress normally. I'll just tell you how Zhang Cheng has always studied and how you two educate your children. Zhang Ming was on the phone with a headache. Hey, don't talk about Zhang Cheng's previous grades and performance, just talk about his performance in the past few months. Our school will also pay attention to publicity. Okay. Then please do some ideological work for Zhang Cheng and ask him to cooperate. After this publicity, I estimate that the reward of 100,000 yuan will be paid in mid-August. After finally communicating for a long time, Zhang Ming explained everything that should be paid attention to during the interview, and then hung up the phone. There is no way, if it is publicized that Zhang Cheng skipped classes every day and went online, and after a few months of intensive review in his senior year of high school, he passed the Mizuki exam, then who knows where the trend will go. Director Cao of the Education Bureau arrived very quickly, he took reporters with him and a group of people happily ran to Zhang Cheng's home. Zhang Ming was sitting in the principal's car, leading the way. Within 6 or 7 minutes, the group arrived at the small Jiangnan grocery store along Yangshi Road. At the entrance, Chen Ru and Zhang Yiping were already waiting eagerly in front of the store. Only Zhang Cheng sat helplessly at the cashier, still holding a copy of Basics of Programming, and looking at it. As soon as we got off the bus, the excitement started. "You must be Zhang Cheng's parents. Congratulations." Director Cao took the lead and said congratulations. A bouquet of flowers and an opened Shuimu University admission notice were handed to Zhang Cheng under the presentation of Director Cao and Principal Liu. With poses, Zhang Yiping and Chen Ru stood beside Zhang Cheng, and everyone stood at the postal car. Zhang Ming also squeezed into the frame, but only half of his bald head was captured. It was cut off again later. Shish, in the picture, Zhang Cheng, wearing a white t-shirt, smiled and accepted the notice and flowers. Zhang Yiping still showed his demeanor and just smiled. Chen Ru smiled happily. Then came the interview. Zhang Cheng was admitted to Shuimu University as the top scorer in this year's college entrance examination. "I wonder what my parents think. I feel very happy and proud. Then can you tell me what's the secret to my child's high scores?" Zhang Yiping: "We have little control. The key lies with the children themselves." Chen Ru: "Yes, Chengza is very conscious about his studies, so we don't need to worry about him." Zhang Cheng also accepted the interview at Zhang Ming's request. Zhang Cheng in the picture is still a bit immature, but his face is determined, expressionless. Classmate Zhang Cheng: "What do you think of the results of this college entrance examination?" "I feel that I have performed well. I would like to thank my parents for their caring care and the teachers for their dedicated training. Our teachers in each class, including Teacher Zhang, Teacher Chen, and Teacher Zhang, are all excellent. They have not abandoned any of our students and are dedicated to their responsibilities. People teach, so I have to thank them. Of course, I also want to thank GLTV, MTV, KTV. Then do you have anything to say to the junior students who will take the college entrance examination next year? The college entrance examination is fair. As long as everyone works harder, they will gain more. I hope you will achieve good results and be admitted to the university of your choice." That. Zhang Cheng answered 2 questions and then waved his hand. Reporter Zhang: "How about this? You can interview our teacher Zhang and Principal Liu." While talking, Zhang Ming, who was smiling from ear to ear, was pushed over. He ran back to the attic. "Wait a minute," the reporter followed. "Can I take a photo of your room?" "Okay, but I've agreed in advance that I won't do the interview." "It's okay, I'll just take some footage of you studying." Reporter Zhang smiled happily and went upstairs with the camera. Zhang Cheng's room is not big, except for a bed, desk and bookshelf. Zhangcheng High School's textbooks and teaching aids are neatly placed above, as well as some reference books and books on computers, literature and history that are currently self-study. On the desktop is a copybook in which he is practicing calligraphy. Not regular script, but regular script. Regular script looks good, but after all, it is for the college entrance examination, so the actual writing is a bit slow. Zhang Cheng is practicing regular script. "Classmate Zhang, your handwriting is so beautiful." Reporter Zhang wanted to ask more questions, but when he saw Zhang Cheng sitting at the desk, no longer talking, and continuing to practice calligraphy by himself, he asked the camera to quickly take some footage. Then he asked, "Can you send me a message?" Zhang Cheng glanced at the reporter, nodded, took a piece of art paper, and wrote on it with a pen. "Establish a destiny for the livelihood of the people, establish a heart for the heaven and earth, inherit the unique knowledge of the past saints, and create peace for all generations." Signed by Zhang Cheng, written in July of the 11th year. Take. Thank you. Reporter Zhang then stopped pestering Zhang Cheng. Zhang Ming and Principal Liu were also interviewed. After a while, Director Cao and his party left. Chen Ru took out some white rabbit toffees from the store and began to distribute them to the neighbors who came to watch the fun. "Lady boss, congratulations. Haha, we are all happy together." Chen Ru smiled happily. "Shuimu University, that's the best school in China. It's really amazing." "Boss lady, my daughter will take the college entrance examination next year. Can I have some notes from the #1 scholar to study with? Someone wanted to feel happy. Chen Ru waved her hand. I can't make the decision. I have to ask Chungza himself. The boss lady can help me and ask. Let's talk again, let's talk again. Chen Ru laughed, divided the candy, and then returned to the store. Soon, the excitement dissipated. At this time, many people have spread the news that the son of the proprietress of Shaojiangnan grocery store has been admitted to Shuimu University. Of course, Zhang Chengcheng didn't know this. After receiving the admission notice, Zhang Cheng was planning how to spend the remaining summer vacation time. At home, I feel a little irritable. Moreover, the library in Guanglan is indeed a little short of books. There are even fewer books on computer science, only a few introductory ones. Thinking of Yu Xinran's suggestion, I suddenly felt that I could go to school in advance, even if I just read a book first. However, Zhang Cheng was really short of money at the moment and had no money. I don't know when the reward of 100,000 yuan will come out. Zhang Cheng asked his parents for money, but Zhang Cheng didn't want to. Then think of ways to make some quick money. Zhang Cheng heard that several Shangxian bosses wanted to invite Zhang Cheng to advertise, but Zhang Cheng didn't like it and refused directly. Clicked on the back end of Chengxi Chinese website. After signing the contract, Zhang Cheng changed it 3 times and 4 times, and his collection has reached more than 5,600. And the explosive trend is very obvious. There are more than 100 people who give rewards, and the highest number is the leader. The word count has reached 230,000 words. While Zhang Cheng was thinking, the button sounded. But it was Juzi who was responsible for editing. Orange. Your book has done well and is going to be on the shelves next week. Do you have many manuscripts saved? Zhang Yi Suifeng. A little bit. Juzi. Okay, then I will try to make some small recommendations in the next few days, and I will directly recommend them next week. Zhang Yi Suifeng. Will the manuscript fee be paid 1 month after it is published? Orange. Yes. The money for books is not so fast for the time being. Zhang Cheng put his thoughts on the programming he was currently learning. Through the computer, I opened Freelancer, registered an account Biocom in the forum, and started my new career. Freelancer is a large-scale freelance website where many people from all over the world post tasks, and freelancers can participate in bidding. If selected, you will be compensated accordingly. Remuneration is calculated in meters. Take it easy. Zhang Cheng took the time to make a call to Director Lu Linlu of the Shuimu admissions office. As soon as he answered the phone, the other party laughed heartily and said, Student Zhang, have you received the admission notice? Received. Congratulations, our Shuimu computer science major has always been the top in China, and is at the forefront of research in areas such as artificial intelligence. I look forward to your continued success in school. Lu Lin made a phone call and expressed his congratulations. It is an honor to go to school in Shuimu. Zhang Cheng naturally knew, by the way, I want to go to Shuimu Library to read in a few days. I wonder if Director Lu can do anything? Oh, so urgent? Lu Lin was a little surprised, but soon relieved. These great masters who can take the exam do have their own personalities. Guanglan is a small county and there are too few library materials. We have read all the computer books, Zhang Cheng explained. Well, our Shuimu library has more than 3 million books of all kinds, and there are also a lot of works in the computer field. Many of them are masterpieces by professors in their own schools and are designated textbooks in most schools. Lu Lin was used to promoting and did not get into the topic for a long time. Director Lu, can you get me a library card? In this case, classmate Zhang, I will give you the phone number of a senior student and ask him to lend you his card. If you go to Kyoto, you can also contact him directly. Lu Lin is from the resident admissions office, although he is not so busy now, but after all, it is not a one-to-one contact. Sure. What's your last name, senior? My surname is Zhang and my first name is Bo Dao. I am 1 year older than you, so you can interact more. Okay, by the way, when will the freshman scholarship be available? Lu Lin explained on the other end of the phone. When you are admitted, you can apply around October, and the application will be issued in November, and it will be issued annually over 4 years. Oh. Zhang Cheng was a little annoyed and hung up the phone hastily. That's it, goodbye. Is it possible? Do you really want your parents to talk? In his previous life, Zhang Cheng worked hard on his own in Jiangzhou, and was used to not asking for anything, let alone asking for a penny from his family. Now after graduation, Zhang Cheng is not used to asking his parents for money. Even borrowing money feels weird. After Lu Lin hung up the phone, he sent a text message. That's Zhang Badao's contact information. Later, he called back. Your senior Zhang's phone number has been sent to you. Lu Lin said, then tentatively, classmate Zhang, are you short of money now? There is actually no shortage at home. I just don't want to ask my parents for it, Zhang Cheng replied. Your county and school should also reward you, right? It won't be so soon. I plan to leave for Shuimu in a few days, but I don't have any money now, haha. Zhang Cheng said honestly. Hey, that's not easy. In this way, you send me your bank card account number, I will transfer it to you first, and then you can pay it back to me, Lu Lin said cheerfully. This is not good. It doesn't matter. Speaking of which, it's easiest for me to negotiate and sign the agreement with you, and thank you for supporting my work. Sure, I'll pay you back when the money arrives. Okay. Then remember to send your account number. Lu Lin reminded again, and then hung up the phone. Remember to contact Senior Zhang Boteo in advance. I have already informed him. This Lu neighbor is not bad and can be dealt with. After Zhang Cheng sent the bank card account number he had just created, he received a text message not long after. RMB 10,000.00 yuan was transferred to your account with the last number 8,599 at 3:36 p.m. on the 12th, and the current balance is 10,251 yuan and 78 fen. He sent a text message back to Lu Lin, thank you. With the money settled, it was time to set off. Zhang Cheng packed up his computer and went down to the attic. Chen Ru's life has not changed. She is still making shoe patterns and guarding the shop. There was just a smile on his face that wouldn't go away. Mom. Chen Ru heard the voice and put down what she was doing. Chungza, why don't you take more rest? No, I want to tell you something. What's wrong? Are you short of money? I asked your dad to call you. Chen Ru asked Zhang Cheng with concern as she sat at the cashier. Zhang Cheng waved his hand. There is no shortage of money. Shuimu University here has transferred a scholarship of 10,000 yuan to freshmen. Oh, that? I have read all the computer books in Guanglan Library. Now that the admission notice has arrived, I want to go to Shuimu in advance and stay there to read and study on my own. Zhang Cheng explained. Chen Ru was stunned for a moment. Are you going out in such a hurry? A gentle breeze blew past the outside of the store, ruffling Chen Ru's hair on her temples. Zhang Cheng suddenly cursed himself secretly. In my previous life, I was away from my parents. Now that I am in college, I will be far away from my family again. And so anxious. I also want to take you to Kyoto to have fun and visit my school. Zhang Cheng changed his mind and said. Chen Ru smiled again on her face. I can, but your dad doesn't know if he can spare the time. Last night we were still talking about whether we should take advantage of sending you to school and go to Kyoto to play. Then why don't you check Dad's time? Zhang Cheng said. If possible, go and play as a family. It not only fulfilled my own dream, but also fulfilled the dream of my parents. Chen Ru nodded. Okay, I'll ask your dad tonight. Well, when we fly from Linzhou to Kyoto, it will only take more than 2 hours. Zhang Cheng was also a little happy. I'm going to find a mirror. Go ahead and come back early. Qin Jin's admission results have not come out so quickly, but after all, it is 3 books, and it will not be pushed to August. Generally speaking, the results will be available at the end of July. Hearing that Zhang Cheng was going to Kyoto, Qin Jin was also very greedy. No, I want to take my parents with me. Anyway, we are waiting for the result. Where to wait is not to wait. So, somewhat to Zhang Cheng's surprise, both families decided to go together. Well, Zhang Cheng underestimated the parents' willingness to visit their son's school. The money Zhang Cheng borrowed was basically useless. Zhang Yiping took care of the whole process. The two families took a plane to Kyoto. On the plane, Qin Jin was very happy. He sat by the window and looked around. It's my first time to fly, so I'm a little nervous. Qin Jin patted Zhang Cheng beside him. Aren't you nervous? What's so nervous about this? Zhang Cheng shook his head. Here, I'll give you a simple first-grade physics test. An airplane flies above your head at a level and constant speed. When you hear the sound of the airplane's engine coming from directly above your head, when the signal comes from above, it is found that the aircraft is in front of you and at an angle of about 60 degrees to the ground. Please estimate the speed of the aircraft. Qin Jin was confused and rolled his eyes at Zhang Cheng. Brother, the college entrance examination is over. Zhang Cheng raised his eyebrows. Are you not nervous now? My brain is turning to mush. Why are I so nervous? As the aircraft accelerates, it lifts. Chen Ru sat on the edge, feeling that everyone was leaning, and she was so nervous that she was sweating. Mom, it's okay. Zhang Cheng patted the back of her hand and covered her with the thin quilt he asked for earlier. When the plane flew high in the sky, the scenery immediately became beautiful. Qin Jin kept looking out the window and taking pictures with his mobile phone. Zhang Cheng closed his eyes and rested. The computer in my body has written more than 1 million words. Jin began a period of great strife among the 10 kingdoms. Lin Xiao, after many twists and turns, finally made a comeback to help the Jin dynasty fight for hegemony. Dual purpose, basically well written according to the outline, but compared to Zhang Cheng's direct intervention, it seems a bit lacking. The third volume involves the intrigues and battles between countries, which is somewhat exhausting of brain cells. Fortunately, Zhang Cheng has read the 24 histories, as well as various novels and unofficial histories, so he can quickly make plans. Zhang Cheng believes that readers will be greatly surprised by the unfolding of some plots. Because many plans have been foreshadowed long ago. For many characters, no one thought there was anything wrong with them at first, but when they really came into play, everyone suddenly realized that everything was part of Lin Xiao's plan. Design these. Zhang Cheng was able to be faster and more stable. Taking advantage of the time on the plane, Zhang Cheng refined the outline of the future third volume and drew up directions for some major strategies and battles. Others can be enriched and written with dual purpose. Another 20,000-word manuscript. It was a safe journey and everyone got off the plane. After staying in the hotel, in the next few days, I first went to see Mizuki in Kyoto University, and then went to Jinghua Northern College. According to Qin's father, what Qin Lufa meant was, hey, I just don't know if Qin Jin can be admitted. Of course, there is no need to think about professionalism. As long as you can get admitted. Then there were the Forbidden City and the Great Wall. The two families spent 3 days there before going back. However, when I went back, I took a sleeper berth. Chen Ru is still a little afraid of flying. Shengzi, you are here alone. You have to take care of yourself. Looking at the son left behind, Chen Ru felt a little reluctant. After the college entrance examination, this child will spread his wings and fly to the vast world. Okay. Parents, don't worry. I've contacted the senior here and will temporarily stay in his dormitory. That's good. Although Qin Jin still wanted to play, he knew that Zhang Cheng had his own affairs. Shengzi, when will you come back? I estimate it will be mid-August. Zhang Cheng plans to stay here for a month. Okay. If I get admitted to Beijing University of Science and Technology, I'll wait for you to come back and have a drink. Qin Jin extended his fist and exchanged blows with Zhang Cheng. Waiting for your good news, please notify me as soon as possible. Everyone waved and prepared to leave. Zhang Yiping said, I put 5,000 yuan into your card. Everything in Kyoto is expensive, so don't treat yourself badly. Zhang Chenggong wanted to refuse, but he didn't. The train blew its whistle and then left. Senior. At the gate of Shuimu University, Zhang Cheng waited until he contacted Senior Zhang Boteo. Zhang Boteo was wearing a short-sleeved plaid shirt, with little hair and some acne on his face. He was carrying a textile handbag and saw the person he was about to pick up at a glance. There was no other way. Zhang Cheng's handsome figure and smile looked very eye-catching standing outside the door. Zhang Cheng, hello. The voice was a bit heavy, with a thick local accent. While talking, Zhang Boteo helped him carry his suitcase. I heard from Director Liu that you plan to study by yourself in the school library? Entering through the west gate, Zhang Cheng followed him into the school. This is where he will stay for the next few years. Yes, I come from a small county town. I don't have any computer or programming foundation. I plan to come to school to learn on my own first. Zhang Cheng explained. I hope I won't be left too far behind by those great masters. Jong Boteo smiled and said, "It doesn't matter. We have to calm down and study at our own pace. Some great masters are really awesome. You can't accept it unless you accept it." "Good. This is Shuimu Road. We live over at Zijing apartment, which is a bit far away. I'll take you there to settle in first." Jong Boteo pointed to the northeast. "It happens to be summer vacation, and I'm the only one in my dormitory. You can stay in my bed first." "Well, sorry for bothering you, senior. I originally wanted to stay in a hotel nearby." "Hey, that's not necessary. Accommodation here is too expensive." While walking, Jong Boteo introduced the school. After entering the dormitory, Zhang Cheng felt that this community was still relatively new. The room is for 4 people, with a bed for each person on top and a desk and bookcase below. The 2 dormitories also have an atrium and a balcony. It's just that Zhang Botao's dormitory smells a little bit loud. Zhang Boteo said awkwardly, The other roommates have either gone home during the summer vacation or gone to do their own things, so I'm too lazy to clean up alone." Understood. Zhang Cheng was still able to adapt. "It seems that school will start on August 10th this year. If you stay here for a while, you can report to the assigned dormitory next month." August 17th. That's right, Shuimu just likes to start school early. Military training takes 20 days. You are in good shape, no problem. Zhang Boteo patted Zhang Cheng on the shoulder. Zhang Cheng's physique was developed through his fighting skills. He was really wasted due to reviewing for the college entrance examination, so it would be good to have some training. "This is my bed. You can stay here for now. I'll sleep in Lao Yan's bed opposite." Zhang Boteo pointed to the bed on the right side and said, "Then I'm going to trouble you these days. You're welcome." Afterwards, they had a meal together and Zhang Cheng treated them to a treat, and the 2 of them became more familiar with each other. Zhang Boteo is still a member of the student union and is quite talkative. Although Zhang Cheng didn't like to talk very much, after all, he had practiced in a computer store in his previous life, so the 2 of them got along well. Zhang Boteo lent his library card to Zhang Cheng and asked him to read it himself. "Then I changed into flip-flops and started coding hard." Zhang Cheng looked at it and found that it was not very familiar. "Is this C language?" "No, it's Python. Don't you know, Python is the best language in the world." Zhang Boteo looked serious and turned to stare at Zhang Cheng. Zhang Cheng paused. "Isn't C++ the best language?" Zhang Botao's hair stood up immediately. "Let's go." "Hey, I haven't contacted him yet. I just read about it online." Zhang Botao's face looked better now. "Those things said on the internet are not credible. Let me tell you, if you go to self-study, you must learn Python, and you will know how wonderful it is." "Okay." Zhang Cheng was so ashamed that he didn't take a break at noon and went directly to the library. After searching in the library, I first picked out 2 books, Data Structure and Algorithm Analysis C++ Description, and Data Structure and Algorithm Tutorial, both of which had blue covers and were very concise. But the content is not simple. Zhang Cheng did not read the book first, but opened his laptop and logged in to look at the backstage of Jin Zhe. Good guy. During the automatic update, the collection has exceeded 10,000. The book reviews are also extremely lively. Bai Xiaosheng Bai Xiao. There is no need to call the author, he will not bubble up. I'll create a group for everyone to join. Yaolu Kiwu. Half drunk. The author is so aloof and cold, I feel the same as Lin Xiao described in the book. Zhang Cheng looked at the time, as if today was the time to put it on the shelves. But there is no update today. I opened QQ and found that the editor in charge, Zhu Zi, had sent several messages. Of course, the main reason is that at midnight, it has been converted to a VIP chapter, so he should update it as soon as possible. Zhang Yi Suifeng. Sorry, I happen to be busy today, so I will update now. Subsequently, 10 chapters were directly pulled and released directly in the VIP chapter. After a while, the book reviews became lively again. Half drunk but not in the lake. I just said that this author is cold and cold, but I didn't expect to directly update the VIP chapters 10 times, which is awesome. All booked. The remaining large piece means fully booked. Zhang Cheng wrote in the book review, "Thank you Bai Xiaosheng, Bai Xiao and other friends. I have a lot of things to do and don't have time to manage book reviews and manage the readership. Please pay more attention to it. It is on the shelves today, and there is no testimonial. I feel that someone Zhang wrote it's good. Please subscribe, thank you. Another highlight, the essence. Soon, many comments followed. The sky regrets the tears. The author of this stupid day only has the essence of himself. Bai Xiaosheng Bai Xiao. Join the group, Yaolu Kiwu. Half drunk. Sad, my name was not mentioned. Zhang Cheng ignored the results, turned off the computer, and started reading. What Zhang Cheng didn't know was that there were nearly 200 people in the 1675 ** cuckoo group. Very lively. Bai Xiaosheng Bai Xiao. I don't know if Zhang will come in. He has to join the group so that the group will be happy. Xiao Zhang Japping. Zhang Da is really aloof. I guess he may be a student majoring in ancient literature. Half drunk. How could he be a student? The language of this book cannot be written by a student, at least a PhD. Bai Xiaosheng Bai Xiao. It feels a bit like the late Tang dynasty, 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms. Zhang Da feels very familiar with this history. Kongtian regrets tears. Does that mean you major in the history of the Tang dynasty? I have a companion on the journey of cultivating immortality. By the way, you haven't read the update yet, it's 10 chapters, it's so cool. This Lin Xiao is really awesome. He easily averted the impeachment of the officials, and he was able to counterattack and directly make him step down. Bai Xiaosheng Bai Xiao. I'm watching it right now, please don't spoil it. You have to read this book carefully and don't read it so quickly. Heaven regrets tears. I haven't seen such a powerful and intelligent article in a long time. I feel like this book could be a remake of a TV series. Half drunk and confused. Let's subscribe more, publicize more, and improve our results. There are companions on the road to immortality. You are responsible for adding Zhang Da to the deduction and pulling him in to play together. Bai Xiaosheng Bai Xiao. No problem. As a result, Zhang Cheng's Chengxi Chinese website received private messages every hour, and under his book reviews, there were many messages asking for extra deductions. However, Zhang Cheng naturally didn't know that at this moment. Writing a book was just a dream in his previous life. In this life, he has many and big dreams, and it is impossible to spend too much time on them. The next day, Zhang Yiping, Chen Ru and others arrived home. Chen Ru said a few words on the phone and hung up in a hurry. Roaming charges are expensive. Reading and practicing have become Zhang Cheng's daily compulsory courses. Writing books, publishing books, all this happens incidentally. Days like this lasted until August 10th. Zhang Cheng also read books for 22 days, averaging 5 to 6 books a day, and read 143 books. He is basically familiar with the C++ language, and has also dabbled in Java and Python. As for compilation, I have read some books, but not many. After all, this is a university. Even if Zhang Cheng turned on the plugin here, he still felt the vastness of the sea of books. This is not knowledge that can be mastered by just copying it, but requires Zhang Cheng to put effort into understanding and mastering it. Of course, Zhang Cheng's photographic memory and the computer inside his body also gave Zhang Cheng a lot of help. There are some things that are difficult to understand. If you simulate them in your body, Zhang Chengcheng will suddenly nod. I see. That night, Zhang Cheng received a call from Yu Xinren. Zhang Cheng, I heard Qin Jin say that you have already gone to Shuimu University? Yu Xinren's voice came through the loudspeaker. However, Zhang Cheng didn't pay attention and directly turned on the voiceover. After turning off the external sound, Zhang Cheng walked to the middle hall to answer the phone. Leaving a suspicious look peeking from the side. Yes, I have been here for more than 20 days and I am planning to go back in a few days. Zhang Cheng explained. As expected, he is an academic master. Even in university studies, he has to be one step ahead of others. Yu Xinren chuckled. Nowhere, there are too many scholars here, I'm afraid of being attacked. By the way, I've been admitted to Kyoto University of Economics and Business. How about going out to see the school with my parents tomorrow? Can you please receive the monitor? Yu Xinren explained the purpose of the call. Zhang Cheng naturally agreed. Don't worry, I will take you around Kyoto. I have played there last time, so I have experience. Okay, Let's not say more. You are roaming over there and let's chat. Yu Xinren then hung up the phone. Zhang Sheng put away his cell phone and raised the corner of his mouth slightly. This time, Yu Xinren was admitted to Kyoto, and Qin Jin was admitted to Beijing Hua Northern College. Lucky enough, he got admitted. They were both relatively close, so if we had time, we could get together. Entering the dormitory again, Zhang Boteo smiled arrogantly. Girlfriend? No, I'm a high school classmate. I took the Kyoto Economics and Trade exam and said I was planning to come to Kyoto to have some fun, Zhang Sheng explained. Zhang Boteo nodded. Oh, that's pretty close. I say Junior, we need to start early. There are very few girls in our department. Don't worry, women will affect my speed of writing code. Zhang Sheng waved his hand. Don't think about finding a girlfriend until you're bald. That's too blue. No, my hair is very thick. Zhang Sheng touched his hair and said proudly. Zhang Boteo was a little envious. However, he then asked, when are you going to go back? Let's go back with my classmates in 2 days. Hey, he said he wasn't his girlfriend. After a while, Zhang Sheng's cell phone rang. The two chatted on the button for a while and decided on the time. On the evening of the 11th, when Yu Xinren arrived in Kyoto, Zhang Sheng arranged for a hotel and booked one for himself. We plan to spend a day on the 12th, half a day on the 13th, and fly back together in the afternoon. In his mind, Zhang Sheng had a full play plan, including where to eat. The next day, Zhang Sheng packed up his things and said goodbye to Zhang Boteo. Senior, thank you for your care and guidance these days. Zhang Sheng raised his hand and made a fist. Zhang Boteo waved his hand. You're welcome. Thank you for bringing food now. Almost every day, Zhang Boteo would lose track of time while writing code at noon. Zhang Sheng would pack a meal when he came back, which made him very happy. You know, it takes a lot of courage to help bring meals in the dormitory. In the next few years, it would be impossible to bring dinner without calling Daddy several times. By the way, you learned the Python language very quickly and are talented. You should practice more in the future. Zhang Boteo finally reminded. The two parted calmly. Zhang Sheng first stayed at Grand Hotel, and then went to Kyoto West Station to wait for others. Soon, the phone rang. We are out of the station. Here. Zhang Sheng waved and received the person. Leading the way was Yu Xinren. She wore a light green dress, a ponytail, and no makeup on her face. Although she was bare-faced, she was still beautiful and had a quiet temperament. Dragging suitcases behind them were Yu's father and Yu's mother. Yu's father's name is Yu Zuman, who works in a government unit. Yu's mother, Zhang Yi, is a teacher. Zhang Sheng. Yu Xinren saw the person and came over first carrying a small bag. Zhang Sheng smiled slightly and said, Supervisor. Then he greeted Yu Zuman and his wife, Uncle. Hello Auntie. Classmate Zhang. I often hear Xinren talk about you and say that you are very outstanding. Today I finally meet you. Yu Zuman nodded and stretched out his hand. Zhang Sheng shook hands with him and said, That's too much praise. I owe my Chinese language skills to Xinren's help and guidance. Yu Xinren smiled and said, Dad, you have a bad habit. You shake hands with people when you see them. He is still a student. I'm used to it. Let's go. I've booked a hotel. I'll settle down first and then take you to dinner. Zhang Sheng helped drag a suitcase and they took a taxi back to the hotel. Zhang Sheng invited me for dinner and they had roast duck. At the dinner table, Yu Zuman kept chatting with Zhang Sheng. Zhang Yi was talking to Yu Xinren. Speaking of which, your aunt's surname is also Zhang, and she is a descendant of the family. Then I have to call you aunt, Zhang Sheng said with a smile. Loyalty and integrity will carry forward the legacy of the Han Dynasty and Huaihe River will last forever. It's better that you remember traditions and these things firmly, but my daughter is not interested in this generation anymore. Yu Zuman laughed, feeling a little helpless. Yu Xinren snorted softly. Now is not the time to talk about seniority. Some excellent traditional cultures still need to be carried forward and inherited, Yu Zuman said. I think my uncle is right. Our country has 5,000 years of history, and there are too many excellent cultures in it, such as the concept of great harmony and the idea of well-off society. These are still the goals we pursue now. Zhang Cheng's approval made Yu Zuman very happy. Zhang Cheng said it well. Yu Xinren curled her lips and ignored the chat between the two men. Yu Zuman's literary quality was good, and now he seemed to have found a confidant, chatting with Zhang Cheng. However, Zhang Cheng has accumulated enough history and ancient literature, and it is not false at all to say this. Xinren, listen. Zhang Cheng was able to take the top prize in the examination. He is truly talented and has a much broader knowledge of literature and history than you. Yu Zuman has always been proud of Yu Xinren, but this time he was talking to Zhang Chengyi. Only then did he realize that the other party was truly worthy of his name and was better than his own daughter. Yu Xinren laughed and said, I won't compete with him, it's too shocking. After a few people chatted for a while, Yu Zuman was dragged out by Zhang Yi for a walk. Zhang Cheng and Yu Xinren were left alone. The atmosphere seemed a little awkward. By the way, monitor, what major did you enroll in? Accounting. Yu Xinren didn't really like this major. I would rather study finance or business management. Is finance more profitable? Zhang Cheng asked jokingly. Of course you can make money. I heard that you can make money by moving your fingers. That's probably more difficult in our Big A. Zhang Cheng knew that Big A could cause cardiac arrest. Yu Xinren didn't understand. What Big A? Just stocks. Zhang Cheng explained briefly, but if you really don't want to study accounting, you can change your major then, right? Then it probably won't be that easy. Yu Xinren sighed. Or taking the postgraduate entrance examination and postgraduate entrance examination, etc. That's all fine. Let's see, if I can change the department, I will find a way to change the department. By the way, can you do a banquet for further study? Yu Xinren suddenly asked. You have been admitted to the best school. If you don't do it, we will all sorry to do it. Zhang Cheng was speechless. I'm going back in a few days. Let's invite a few teachers to have a simple meal instead of a big drink. I don't like to be high profile. Hee. I knew you were like this. Yu Xinren stared at Zhang Cheng amusedly. Zhang Cheng was a little embarrassed and changed the topic. Tomorrow morning I will go to Kyoto for economic and trade. I will go to the Great Wall in the afternoon. I will take you to Shangfujing Street in the evening, and I will go to the Forbidden City the day after tomorrow. How about it? Okay. I'll just follow your arrangements. That's okay. Zhang Cheng made an okay gesture and ended the dinner. Taking girls to visit scenic spots is indeed not an easy task. The card machine used for Shui Min took many photos of Yu Xinren's family, and even Zhang Cheng himself was forced to take a few. Time passed in the blink of an eye. On the evening of the 13th, Zhang Cheng, Yu Xinren and his family arrived in Linzhou City by plane, and then took a bus to Guanglan County. The 4-hour drive made Zhang Chengdu feel uncomfortable. Chengza, when will you get home? Chen Ru called on the bus. It's probably 11 o'clock. Zhang Cheng said softly, suppressing his voice. Yu Xinren, who was sitting next to him, was sleeping. Okay. I'll ask your dad to pick you up then, Chen Ru said. Then our family will have a banquet tomorrow night. You can call the teacher. How many classmates do you want to call? Let's have 2 classmates. Zhang Cheng thought for a while and said, which hotel have you booked? Well, the box in Zhuangyuanxuan 888 can seat 16 or 17 people. Good. Zhang Cheng then hung up the phone. During the few months when he was reviewing before the college entrance examination, he was able to thank Zhang Ming and 6 other teachers for their dedicated training. Even if Zhang Cheng didn't like to be high profile, he should have a teacher appreciation banquet to thank his teachers. Putting on his headphones, Zhang Cheng continued the music. The person next to him was asleep, so he leaned his head against her. Well, my uncle and aunt are sitting in the back seat. Zhang Yiping, who drove a pickup truck to the station, was shocked for a long time when he saw Zhang Cheng and Yu Xinren's family coming out together. Even when Zhang Cheng was introducing, he was still confused. However, he was well informed and greeted me with a smile. When he got home, Zhang Yiping couldn't help it anymore. Chengza, is that girl you? The monitor of our class is Yu Xinren. Zhang Cheng was speechless and explained simply. Well, he is quite nice. Zhang Yiping nodded heavily. Chen Ru looked like a gossip. What's going on? I'm going to take a shower. Zhang Cheng waved his hand helplessly and went up to the attic, leaving the two elders there whispering and laughing from time to time. Well, after taking a shower, Zhang Cheng collected himself and opened his laptop. Hey, women will only affect my coding speed. After looking at the performance of Jin Jie, after it was released, it has steadily improved. The recommendation has also been listed as a high-quality product, and it has also been promoted on the homepage cover. The collection has reached more than 28,000, and more than 8,000 have been ordered. Continuing to guide the manuscript of the computer code in his body, Zhang Cheng said with a smile, "Let's just write casually. I didn't expect that a book would become a god." The private messages felt like they were going to explode, so Zhang Cheng opened them and took a look. Apart from system messages, Bai Xiao Sheng Bai Xiao had the most private messages, all asking for friends. Button friends. After reading the book review, I found that this guy was still very active, so I immediately added him with QQ. Who would have thought? It passed with 1+. Zhang Cheng looked at the time, it was almost 12 o'clock. Bai Xiao Sheng Bai Xiao. Woohoo, author, you finally added me. Zhang Yi Suifeng. Sorry, I'm usually too busy. I usually update regularly and don't pay much attention to it. Bai Xiao Sheng Bai Xiao. How? What kind of master are you? Your book is so good, but you don't pay any attention to it? Zhang Yi Suifeng. Where's the code word? Actually it's a code, it's not in brackets. Bai Xiao Sheng Bai Xiao. No wonder, Jin Jie is so well written, it needs to be edited carefully. Bai Xiao Sheng Bai Xiao. Zhang Da, I will pull you into the group. Then, in a single room, a shirtless man Bai Xiao began to attract people into the group. But I don't want the group to be full of members and fail after a long time. In a fit of rage, Bai Xiao kicked out the 5 least active people before dragging Zhang Cheng along. Bai Xiao Sheng Bai Xiao. Brothers, I, Bai Xiao, have fulfilled my mission and brought Zhang Da in. Everyone lines up to welcome you. Half drunk but not in the lake. Welcome to Jangda, firecracker. The sky regrets its tears. Welcome to Jangda, firecracker. There are companions on the road to immortality. Welcome Zhang Da, firecracker. P.S. Is Zhang Da GG or M? So a series of photos seeking exposure began. Zhang Cheng was a little funny and sent a message to join the group. Zhang Yi Suifeng. Thank you for everyone's love of Jin Jie. I will continue to work hard to write the story well. Kang Tian regrets tears. Zhang Da. I am following your book every day, but can there be more updates? There are companions on the journey of cultivating immortality. I don't mind 10 more, the more the merrier. Bai Xiao Sheng Bai Xiao. Brothers, don't rush me. Jangda updates 5 times a day. The quantity is sufficient and the quality must be maintained. Half drunk but not in the lake. Yes, quality comes first. Zhang Yi Suifeng. Currently I have a collection of tens of thousands, and I only keep 5 updates. If it exceeds 100,000, I will update 6. In addition, it's getting late, go to bed early, friends. I usually don't do much, so I set up the management of the book review area, and everyone helps to manage it. Bai Xiao Sheng Bai Xiao. Don't take this away, I will be the administrator. Zhang Cheng muted his voice and left. Then Bai Xiao Sheng and Bai Xiao were set up as administrators, and then the computer was shut down. The computer in my mind started calculating. A subscription of 3 points for 1,000 words, an average chapter of 3,500 words, 9 fen per subscription. At present, the number of VIP chapters has reached 135, according to the current subscription, even if half is deducted, plus the gift income, the manuscript fee will be nearly 60,000 yuan. Hazy, I made a mistake, there is an extra 0. The corners of Zhang Cheng's lips raised immediately. I am finally going to become a somewhat wealthy person. The next day, August 14th, Zhang Cheng attended the 2011 college entrance examination Outstanding Students Commendation ceremony organized by the county. The meeting didn't last long, the leader expressed congratulations, and then the awards were presented. Zhang Cheng was very happy. The reward of 100,000 yuan that he had been waiting for a long time was finally here. Carrying a big sign, it said, 2011 College Entrance Examination Reward, 100,000 yuan. Happy. Take photos, pose. Zhang Cheng was very cooperative this time. The reward money arrived in the account in the afternoon. Zhang Cheng immediately paid back the money he borrowed from Lu Lin and expressed his gratitude again on the phone. Lu Lin laughed on the phone. As long as you continue to be excellent, money will be at your fingertips, and you won't be able to borrow it in the future. If you borrow it, you will have a favor, but no matter what, Zhang Cheng is rich now. In the evening, I stayed at the hotel specially chosen by Chen Ru, Zhuangyuanzan. Zhang Cheng greets guests at the door, showing his experience in dealing with people. After Qin came in, he pulled Zhang Cheng and laughed. Jia, I heard that you and the squad leader went to Kyoto? We just went back to the county together. Why are you so gossipy? Zhang Cheng was speechless, not knowing where these rumors spread. Qin Jin winked and said, we must act quickly and teach our brothers how to do it. Go. Zhang Cheng rolled his eyes at him and drove him up. After a while, everyone arrived. In the box, apart from the 6 teachers, Qin Jin and Yu Xinren, were Zhang Cheng's family and relatives. Uncle, aunt's family. The seats were packed. Zhang Ming sat in the main seat. On his left were teachers Chen Guoqing, Zhang Xingda, Li Wen, and Chen Yuan. On his right were Zhang Yiping, Chen Ru, and their uncle, aunt, and family. Zhang Cheng poured wine and greeted the teacher. First cup, I'd like to pay tribute to all the teachers. During my 3 years of high school, I spent most of my time being playful and causing trouble. I am grateful to all the teachers for their support and protection. I was not punished or expelled from school. Everyone in the box was quiet, listening to Zhang Cheng's true words. Second cup, I would like to pay tribute to all the teachers again. When I suddenly realized my regret and determined to study hard, it was all the teachers who persisted in cultivating me and cultivated me wholeheartedly, so that I am where I am today. Zhang Ming and others stood up. Zhang Cheng, we teachers are also honored that you can be studious again and achieve such results. Do it. Zhang Cheng drank the wine proudly. The third glass of wine, I respect my parents and relatives. Zhang Cheng's eyes suddenly filled with tears. In the past, I was young and careless, deviant, and even had the idea of staying away from home and never coming back. Fortunately, I woke up in time and realized that my parents love me, deep. Another glass of wine. Chen Ru wiped away her tears. You kid, you're just having a wedding. Why are you saying these things that make people cry? Yes, Zhang Cheng. Today is a good thing, not a happy one. Zhang Ming also reminded. Zhang Cheng nodded in agreement. The atmosphere slowly picked up again. Everyone congratulated Zhang Cheng's family and thanked the teachers. Yu Xinren looked at this man with a childish face but firm eyes, and felt a little more understanding in his heart. The banquet lasted for a long time. Zhang Ming and his entourage were in high spirits, drank well, and then left. Before leaving, he patted Zhang Cheng on the shoulder and said, Zhang Cheng, university is a whole world. Please don't let Mizuki down. I hope you will succeed in your studies. Zhang Cheng also drank a little too much and kept nodding in agreement, but in the end he reminded him, Teacher, please take care of yourself and go for a physical examination when you have time. However, everyone is very drunk now. Who still remembers it? Qin Jin also drank a lot. He performed exceptionally well in the college entrance examination and passed 3 exams. Although he was from an average school and major, he always spoke well. Zhang Cheng and his family bid farewell to everyone one by one. Yu Xinren was there to help, and she was the only one who didn't drink. You should go back too. I'm fine. Zhang Cheng had a headache and waved his hand. No, you drank so much. Yu Xinren shook his head. Uncle, aunt, how about I send him back first? Zhang Yiping drank a lot, but Chen Ru didn't drink much. She dragged Zhang Yiping back to the store. I'll trouble you. There happens to be some food and wine. Let's pack it up and go back. Walking? Zhang Cheng asked, feeling dizzy. Okay. Yu Xinren smiled. It's just you, does it matter? It's okay. The night breeze will wake you up faster. Zhang Cheng waved his hand and started walking forward. Although Zhang Cheng's head ached, the computer in his body was still running. Yu Xinren was on the side, helping to watch the car. The two of them crossed the road and walked on the sidewalk along the river. The river breeze is blowing, and the bright moon is hanging sideways. Before I knew it, it was already 15. I didn't expect you to have so many emotions today. Yu Xinren suddenly said, but yes, you have so many experiences in high school. Unlike us, you have always studied obediently and just wanted to get a few more points in the exam. Zhang Cheng chuckled. I used to think that it was okay not to study. It was just to find a job early. But later, I figured it out. Understand what? Studying can give you more choices in life, more security for your life, and more hope for your family, Zhang Cheng said firmly. It can also make people more elegant, Yu Xinren said softly. I feel that the man next to me is both mysterious and friendly. I didn't notice it before. He has quite a temperament. Zhang Cheng didn't hear it, so, in the future, I plan to study hard, try to make a name for myself, and realize my dream. Then what is your dream? On the road along the river, under the bright moon. Under the stimulation of alcohol. Zhang Cheng was in high spirits. I want everything I learn to be successful and everything I do to be successful. I want society to progress more, and no one in China can bully me. I want to achieve great things in this life and praise my achievements in all eternity.